Making music is not just this task, do it. Your life is going into it. In the studio, we have to deal with life. My name is Om'Mas Keith. I'm a Grammy Award-winning record producer, 1/3 of the mighty, mighty Saura, studio owner, talent manager, father, and lover of all things creative. When I walked in this place, it was lit. It was like, wow. I just saw a room bathed in light with these vaulted ceilings and a brick wall, and I knew it. I was like, brick wall, yo, wow. Studio is about safe space, if you will, so that's what I try to create here. Even with the windows wide open, it's still a very safe space. I just try to create an all-encompassing environment where no one feels scared to say anything as it pertains to their contribution. And it's spiritually, karmically, creatively safe, which is most important. When people rehearse here, they take this whole place over, they turn it into their vibe. I always keep it set up, windows open, so people can see inside. It's like an installation in and of itself. You got nice carpets, you got a set of drums, and a fucking dictionary. Learn something, make some music, you're like, you know, what does it mean? I don't know what it means, it's just things that I like. I wanted to put them in here. What I bring to producing is a sense of calm, right? I'd like to create an environment for people to trust me. I can't do this without the trust of somebody. Nor will they allow you to do it, because I tend to work with artists who are almost solely in control of their creative destiny, because they're powerful artists. They work that for themselves. What becomes my task is to impart some wisdom that they may not have had previously in the form of sharing some songs, and then I request they do the same. That's usually how we get started writing songs, listening to shit. It's only through knowing your ancestors that I think that you can really know yourself. So we listen, I encourage that. There's really no one way to go about it. There's this way of listening to stuff. Then there's the other way of just coming in fresh and sitting at the piano and just vibing on chords that are clearly in your repertoire. Chords come from the fucking air, man. They're there and then they come out of the air into here. For me, analog's always been my go-to. Anything that's warm, fuzzy, you know, anything that's round. In the analog world, I just know I can always rely on my Juno 106 every time. There's never a time where it's not appropriate, it seems like. That SH-101 is so easily programmable. It's so intuitive. You can use it with your eyes closed and just be like Stevie. Every session calls for different sounds. My Wurlitzer has been a go-to since I was 20 years old. The first thing I ever bought with real money, and it was only $300 when I bought it. I have affixed to this set list that has been on here, Dusty, for now 10 years, man. Saura songs, Love's Ours, Rosebuds, Dirty Beauty, Hollywood, Glorious, Can I Get You High, Breezy Lovejoy set, Anderson .Paak. He had a set in between, and he was also our drummer. Damn. Any output from me, musically, initially was based on beat making, all of it. Anything that was ever being mixed down started as a beat for me. When I'm in beat making mode, standalone beat machines with big hard drives are lit. You just put it up under your arm and go anywhere, you know, you're not tethered to all this. However, I'm also part of the mouse click beat making generation. I love it. It's so matter of fact. It's like the final frontier of precision and really getting what you want. The drum machine has a much more experimental aspect to it. You maybe quantize your kick drum or one aspect of the loop to keep things grounded, and then the rest is just nature, banging on pads, like. And I also play the drums and make it a beat that way. Just make a beat on the drums. Technically, you just want to make sure you got a U47 or an ELAM or a C12 or something fly to capture the great vocal. For the past 9 years almost, there's been just a gradual shift from people using vocal booths. And now we just basically see no one in a booth anymore, because it's ultimately very impersonal. When I worked with Frank Ocean on Channel Orange, there would be times where we would be cutting vocals and I would literally be like right there next to him. Because the barrier, you don't want this barrier. You're working with a star, you can't have hindrances and things getting in your way of getting things down. So great technology is, needless to say, something that I hold in very high regard. and then I'm always on the quest for more of it. Well, I'm a Pro Tools guy, so I'm running Pro Tools HDX. Most notably, I think right here is I have the Slate Raven setup. It's really cool, turns these screens into big old iPads. Got the full accompaniment of plugins. Got my PMCs and my NS10s, trusted NS10s, because that's just where I come from. I've got the Avitone clones, but they're powered, different vibe. We've got the trash can there, which nodes the whole situation. And we've got the Grammy there as a constant reminder of like what can happen if you just work and don't really care about one. That's how I got it. Back here we got what is foundational to hip hop. This is 2 turntables, rocking a Tractor. Shout out Native Instruments, the homies. I really like looking in the gallery. You know, it's like some Scarface type shit or whatever, you know, far-fetched fantasy, minus all the blow and guns. All the art offerings are what are eternal and forever. So you make it, it's perpetual. I mean, this is why we're here. We all know the importance of the music. Most importantly is that you understand your role as a producer is to help bring something forward that didn't exist in the first place. You know, I'm here to do a task. It's not my show. A great artist will always shine the fuck through. That's how it happens, man. You just do your service to the artist, for the artist, to art, to creativity. On your journey in music, just follow your heart, follow your intuition. That's what I've done, and I've seen a bunch of successful people do that.